hemisphere. That's why they need a big house. Welcome to Ann Arbor, home of the Michigan Wolverines. Today, a Big Ten clash, and you know when you square off against a conference opponent, the blood boils a little hotter. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Memphis Tigers, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Wolverines will get us underway with the opening kickoff. Here's the return from inside his 10. Couldn't find a way to create at the 25. The Tigers offense takes the field. And this guy feels like a throwback. Back in the day, the running backs were always the stars. This guy fits that mold.
And he can do a lot of different things, too. He's not a one-trick pony. This guy can tote the rock. He can catch the ball. He can block. We might even see him throw the ball in this game. This is a jack of all trades.
To the air on first down. He's right on target. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. The Tigers will hustle to the line.
They're running the curl route against zone coverage. The quarterback knows that's going to be a tight window. He's got to rifle that ball into his wide receiver. He does just that, and as a result, they pick up the first down.
They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. The margin for error is so small in this conference. It's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock it down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. On third down, going up top. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Memphis will be forced to punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And the punt goes out of bounds. We'll see where the officials spot it, but they certainly gave them no opportunity for a return. So Michigan's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
And the Wolverines get enough for the first down. Inside the big house, they have those big condominiums down there on the field, paving the way for the running backs.
Big, huge condominiums, and every year it's a little bit different of how they wear their uniforms and how they fit their uniforms, but the style, always the same. Line up, hit you right in the mouth. That's who Michigan is.
He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Dropping back, it's Sharp. Quick strike complete. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Hey, on offense, you just got to stay ahead of the sticks, and a big part of that is finding positive production on first down. When you've got this guy in the backfield, there's a lot of ways you can do that. You're going to hand it off to him, but how about dialing up the pass play on first down and just letting him go to work to set up 2nd and short?
Not in lockstep there with the receiver. Third and short from the 28. Let's see if this is 4-down territory or if they just pick up the first here. From the gun, wants to pass. The throw to the outside is complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. From the red zone, looking for a man. It's complete to the right. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains because of his...
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. For his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Reads it, fires complete. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Memphis picking up the tempo. Off-play action on first down. Feeling some heat. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. That offense having to deal with the last thing you want on first down, giving up a sack as they come up to the line on second down. They're working that left side. Crosses the 30, he's got away. How about that play? Getting a huge chunk of yardage to wrap up the first quarter, and that's how we'll end it and head to the second. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. First down to start the drive after the break. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Going to be a gain of about 3 down to the 21. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Trying play action. Throws toward the end zone. And the pass is intercepted. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
They're going to throw it to start the drive. And with the completion out to the sideline, they'll pick up a couple.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Looking for a man. It's Sharp. Finds the tight end. Still running at the 40. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. A new set of downs after the completion. He wants to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. We wind inside 4 minutes to play in the half. Give to the running back. And the Wolverines brought to the ground, but not before picking up the first. Quick tempo here for the offense. The back goes in motion. Looking to go up top on first down. Quickly complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Pressure coming. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. They're looking at a third down and short from the 33. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. They'll snap it from the gun on third down. Good timing on the quick out. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot. Get the ball out of your hands quickly. Make an accurate.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Wolverines. Well, that score leaves you with a burning question. Who had that dude? Whoever it was wasn't close.
No, and the receiver's able to run right by him and get to the end zone and camp out and put up his tent and build the fire and fill up the coffee pot and just about everything else in time before the guy decided to even get remotely close to him.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and puts one more on the lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Hawaii is ahead in this one, but unlike the playing days of Colt Brennan and Timmy Chang, this has not been a blowout today in Aloha Stadium. They're up by a field goal over Louisville. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, we'll see them here. Guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. On second down, he'll fire. Working that left side now. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. Memphis wants to move quickly. Well, they've done nothing on offense so far, but if they can put some points on the board before halftime, it could really change things.
No doubt. Go into the locker room with some good juices, some good vibes, and momentum can switch a game in a heartbeat. But this offense hasn't had much to cheer about yet. That play gives them one play. Now let's go build on it and make something happen before the half.
We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Going up top on first down. He's got it. Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a tight window.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. He's got an open man. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down. Memphis coming to the line with a fresh set of downs. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Got his man quickly. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On second down, he'll let it fly. Hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown!
areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Going for the return. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. On first down, here comes this offense. Trying to start the drive with a pass. They're bringing heat. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. They'll come to the line and try to get out of this mess on second down from the 5. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Good, solid tackle.
And I know it's not a first down, but I still like the way they ran the football here. Just try to make the next third down manageable. Try to get it where it's not as predictable. I think the offense did a really good job being smart there, taking what the defense gave.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense breaks the huddle on third down. Looking to pass. It's Sharp. Dumps it off in the flats. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Man, this defense just has so much speed. You saw it on that third down play. The offense is trying to get a quick one, see if they can get a block and maybe spring a guy free, but the pursuit, wow, that was so good defensively.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Trying to find his man on first down. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left. Just enough time for one final play of the half. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. A shot toward the end zone. Oh, he's playing with fire. He's picked off. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, it is tough to beat the big house when it's full and rocking as it is today in Ann Arbor. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those two stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top.
Memphis ready to kick it deep and get the second half going. From inside his own 15, looking for room. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did. The quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with accuracy.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
The Wolverines are in the hurry-up. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Quick completion on the out. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. And the Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Quarterback will audible. Back to throw, it's Sharp. And that's going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Quickly complete. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Wolverines are on the move. The give to the lone running back. And a really nice run and pickup there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. Lining up from the 34 on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Takes a shot. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
And just an awesome job by that defender on that play. Great awareness, and he had his eyes on the quarterback, so he saw the ball thrown, and as such, he was able to go and swat it away.
On second down, looking again to throw. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect them to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. Between the uprights, it's good. And now the lead is even bigger.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops on and get you the football back.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
Out of the gun, the give to the back. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. And the Tigers racing to the line in the hurry-up. He'll throw on third down. Throws to the wideout. And they'll miss the connection here on third down. Memphis will send the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. Signals for the fair catch and looks it in at the 40. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, at least no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. It's Sharp. Swings it out to the flat. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Now facing a 3rd down as they come back to the line after the break. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Fast motion from the offense. On 3rd down, he drops the throw. And the defense gets to the quarterback. And the Wolves. Send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. And they'll mark it down at the 30. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. He's got his man. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it, but the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
Got me looking.
Nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
The Tigers in the hurry-up.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock, that is at a premium for this up.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And nice answer by this defense. You give up a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down on yourselves and one play turns to 2. Nice job by this defense getting a sack, creating some momentum.
Fires to the wideout. It's complete.
And I think you're seeing these guys in every offense now. These littler guys that they're so quick, it's hard to get a hand on them. Run crisp routes. You can throw it short, you can throw it long, but they're just big-time playmakers. You've definitely seen an emphasis shift towards smaller wide receivers with some serious skill.
Complete to the right. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the 3rd down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal. New center down's right on the doorstep for this offense. They keep attacking through the air. Into the end zone. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tiger. Well, if the momentum... It certainly has now.
It has, and now you got some game pressure, right? That's beautiful. Now the defense comes out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know if the ball goes back to the other side, they could lose this ball game.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this would be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest easy right now. You just watch the opponent drive down the field and score a touchdown of their own, so you've got to answer that here. Your playmakers better step up.
And I don't know what it is about momentum. In all the locker rooms, in all the years, coaching, everything, you can't quantify it, you can't measure it. And the momentum has swung to the other side. You got to get it back.
Got room at the 35. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Oh, he's got a chance. Giving him his pads. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing, you need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
What a good run there. He has enough for the first down. He's now up to 83 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. They have just bloodied their nose on this drive, all on the ground. It's 1st and 10. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. Power football with the run. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
Yeah, and not a surprise by this offense, right? This is a game management type situation. I want to run the football. I want to run the clock. The clock is my friend with the lead late in the 4th quarter, inside of a minute. I'm going to keep this ground game going and make you have to look at that clock continue to tick.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Picked his way through the traffic for 6, but it'll be 4th down and 3 yards to go. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly efficient in their attack, Jesse.
So it comes down to the quarterback position too, Reese. Don't let the moment get too big. Play within yourself, David, because this guy's practiced this situation before.
No doubt. Use the sidelines. They're your friend. I don't have to take deep shots, throw beyond the first down marker so I can stop that clock for a little bit and possibly use my timeouts.
They'll throw it on first down. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waiting moments. That could be a costly play. And the offense just going to spike it here. These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. He's looking downfield to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Well, we've seen this defense make plays time and time again in this game. They may have just sealed it with that takeaway.
Guys, here come those maize and blue wing helmets on offense. So that defense keeps the lead right where it is and a chance to build on it, David.
Yeah, the defense did a great job. Now, the offense, you know what you're going to get from this defense. They have to be aggressive. They're trying to get the football back later in the game, Jesse.
Because they're going to be so aggressive too, David, you know, on offense now, you have a chance to break one maybe. In the run game, we're finding a one-on-one matchup in the passing game to really pad the lead.
And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. After the stumble earlier this year, a lot of people wrote this team off. People might be searching for spots on the bandwagon again now.
Yeah, give this coaching staff a lot of credit too, Reese, because they made a few tweaks and adjustments.